welcome to the Central Lyon May Term podcast. My name is Colby, and I am joined by Jay, Cole, and Thomas. Welcome to the show, fellas. As usual, I got a question for you guys. You're going on a road trip. What snacks would you want to have with you? What are your go-to snacks that you always bring?
I think the go-to bag of munchies.
That's a good one.
Corn nuts.
Corn.
That's interesting.
I love corn nuts.
Jay, what are we thinking? Road trip snacks.
Grape Gatorade, but it's got to be out of the bottle with the twisty cap that you can squirt in your mouth because it tastes better out of that.
Actually, I get that. I get that type of bottle every time.
I disagree with the twisty bottle. I think the regular old bottle with the twist
It's
off
regular cap.
Regular cap.
It's so much more fun to drink Gatorade when you can just squirt it in your mouth.
That is true.
I'm thinking drinks. I might have to grab a couple Arnold Palmers.
Yeah.
I agree.
Going with Culligan water again.
I want donuts.
Donuts.
On the road
That's
trip.
a good steal.
Sour Patch watermelons is my go-to.
I say we make an extra road trip out of it and go down to Omaha, get some Krispy Kremes.
That's always a good option. You can't go wrong
What-
with the Krispy Kreme
What
donuts.
Krispy Kreme donut would you get, though?
Original glaze. The chocolate or trash.
The
You don't like the chocolate?
What? Chocolate are the go-to, bro. Come
I'm
on.
with glazed.
I'll get either one, but chocolate's still good. You can't be
Chocolate's
hating on it
the
like that.
best. I'm picking chocolate every time. Or they have these chocolate cake donuts. Those are really good.
Cake donuts are a waste of donuts.
I've never had
No.
Just have normal
Cake
donuts or have
donuts?
normal cake. There's no need to crossbreed the two.
What?
You combine both. It's
That's like
way better.
That's like cake and ice cream for me.
Cake and ice cream is
Cake and ice
beautiful.
I don't like cake and ice cream together.
What?
I don't know what they're talking about today, Colby.
I don't know what they're talking about either. to
I'm
be
at a
honest.
loss.
All right, fellas. I got another question for you. You're born in another time period. What time period would you want it to be?
Cole, what are we thinking?
I'm going to go with probably like born in 65 to 70. So that way you're in high school in like the close to the 80s. Early 80s, late 70s.
Yeah.
I'd take high school in the 70s or high school in the 20s?
The 20s?
The
Why the
20s?
1920s, the roaring 20s.
Or I'm going with high school early 2000s.
Early thousands? Why the early
Why,
thousands?
yeah, why the early thousands?
I don't know.
It's when there was enough technology to have fun, but not too much to the point where it ran our lives.
That is true.
You didn't have to send a letter to ask your friends to hang out, but you also didn't spend all day on social media. And there was a lot less drama type stuff, a lot less getting caught up with
Other people's lives.
other people's lives and such.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like about having a cell phone. Like,
You're too focused on what
I'm
other
too
people are
focused on
doing.
what other people are doing. Like, just do whatever you want.
Gotta be you.
I'm thinking high school in the 90s.
90s. Why? Because you could go to school, Scoot.
I mean, yeah, that's one option.
Everyone wants to go to high school with Scoot.
That's right. Shout out Scoot Postma. Or if you don't know his nickname, it's Scott Postma.
So if you could spend a day with another person, who would it be? This one might be kind of related to your preferred generation, but if you could spend a day with another person, who would it be? Most likely a celebrity, most likely a famous person, living or dead. Who would you pick? Colby?
Man, you're putting me on the spot. I don't know.
I'll go first since I got one. I've thought about this before. I've asked a lot of classmates this. I've picked David Letterman. I think he'd be just a real character to hang out with all day long.
I feel like that would not go well with me because I think our humors would clash in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Host of The Late Show, David Letterman.
I'm thinking Don Rickles.
He'd be a good one.
I love his comedy.
Man, I still don't know. Cole?
I think I'm going to take an athlete. I think I'm going to go with probably like Larry Bird or something like that. Just 'cause I think it'd be pretty dope to walk around with him all day.
Yeah.
You ask any Celtics fan ever, he's the best player of all time. So
I do not agree with that.
You don't?
Ed Lummer does.
I think he's top 5. Top
Easy.
10.
I'd have to choose Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. Just because he's my favorite actor. I have
Who
a
plays
lot.
Batman?
Who plays Batman?
Yeah.
Ben Affleck
Ben
most
Affleck.
recently.
Oh.
Who was the one that played him before in like 2008 and such?
I have no
I
idea.
have no
I'll
idea.
look it up. Ben Affleck. Christian Bale. That's his name. Now we move into the segment with Mr. Gerleman, one of our business teachers at our high school. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, I got a question for you. Who wins in a fight, grizzly bear or gorilla?
I'm going to go with the grizzly bear.
Thank you.
Do you have reasoning behind the grizzly bear?
It's got sharper teeth and claws.
Thank you. I was going with the claws. And last episode, we clarified that the height of a grizzly bear gives it quite an advantage as well. Colby looked up the height of
It's a foot
both of the
taller.
animals.
It might be a foot taller, but a gorilla would probably win a wrestling match out of that.
I think a gorilla's winning a boxing match, but if the grizzly bear gets it held down, I think the gorilla's screwed.
I think even if the gorilla gets on top, it's not going to win.
As soon as a
I
grizzly
agree.
bear punctures skin with his claws, game over.
Done.
Agreed.
Throw some rocks in there, let the gorilla go at it.
Yeah, because that's really going to help.
I still don't think throwing rocks at a grizzly bear is gonna do that much.
All right, so our guest is our guest is our high school business teacher and math teacher, Mr. Gerleman. He teaches what classes now?
I teach Algebra 1 and then all the business classes, which would include accounting, personal finance, entrepreneurship, computer app, any other business classes that they might think about offering would fall into my jurisdiction.
All right, favorite class you teach?
Favorite class I teach? That's difficult. I like all of them. I would probably lean towards the entrepreneurship class just with the things that we're doing right now. But I really enjoy teaching math as well, so it's hard to say.
All right, while we're on the entrepreneurship class, you make T-shirts in there. How'd you get started with that?
So we wanted to try to give kids a chance to do more than just sit in a classroom on a book and learn things. And so we thought about ideas of trying to start our own business and try to do things in that manner. And so we had several different ideas, most of which did not work out simply because they went against everything that I would have taught in personal finance. And so I was not going to have a snack shack or anything that would involve kids spending money on things they really don't need to be spending money on. And so because of that, we decided, well, what if we made apparel? And so we looked into the cost of some equipment, and the rest is history.
We got warmer weather coming up. You love to mow your lawn. What's the deal with that? You love the lawn care.
I don't necessarily say that I love the lawn care. I like having a lawn that looks nice. I don't necessarily always enjoy doing the work, but I sure do like it to look nice. And so, yeah, we spend plenty of time taking care of our yard whenever we can.
Approximately how many hours a week do you spend on your lawn in the summer?
Usually we'll do something 3 days a week, so we're looking at anywhere between 2.5 and 3 hours.
You say we. Does your family help out a lot, or is it just a solo mission for you?
My wife, Nicole, does help, and the kids do a little bit of stuff. My daughter likes to take care of the garden in the back. My wife does like to mow, which is kind of nice, then I can do other things, but otherwise it's usually just Nicole and I.
So you got a green thumb. You got a garden in the backyard. What do we grow in the garden?
We have in the garden whatever my wife wants to make and then not use. So we'll grow onions, lettuce, green beans, peas. We got some asparagus coming up right now that's actually probably ready to be cut and start eating, which is good because it's really good. But yeah, that's most of what we have. But then she's got peppers and cucumbers and things like that, and tomatoes that she puts in pots that sit around her patio, which really annoys our dog. Probably annoys me more than the dog because our dog goes out on a leash and gets tangled up with all the pots, and then I have to go outside to untangle the dog.
All right, you're going to be biased here, but better lawn, you or Steve Bresky?
Probably Steve. Mainly because he doesn't get as much sand in his yard as what I probably do. We get too much sand in our yard on our front terrace simply because the school and the city has to put a bunch of sand in the winter on the road on our intersection. So I'm going to go with Bresky on that one.
So, for all of our committed listeners, we drafted favorite beverages on previous episode. We're going to ask you to list your top 3 beverages.
Top 3 beverages all time.
All time.
All time.
Anything you can think of.
And I can include water.
You can include water, however, Colby?
I said Culligan water last.
Colby picked Culligan water last time.
Oh,
but
so
we'll let you steal it
you're-
since you don't have a list in front of you of what's already been
Yeah.
picked.
So you're telling me that if I'm going to say water, I have to
You have to
pick a
specify.
brand. I can't say Rock Rapids tap water.
That's specified.
I mean,
I'd accept it.
I'd expect it.
Okay, because I wouldn't say Rock Rapids is tap water, but I'm just clarifying that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go raspberry iced tea. Do you need the brand?
As a number
If there
one.
is one.
Brisk.
Okay.
Brisk on the raspberry iced tea. Then probably water, preferably the Ice Mountain bottled water.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
I don't like Ice Mountain.
That's too bad. It's the only one my wife drinks, therefore it's the only one I drink. And then I would go any form of Dr. Pepper that isn't like out in left field, Joe.
What about the cherry? What about cherry, Dr. Pepper?
I would take cherry.
Cherry Dr. Pepper's good.
I would take the cherry, the vanilla, maybe not the vanilla orange, but that's a Coke, isn't it?
That's Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff's
You
garbage.
tried that?
I tried it.
It's not
Not
good.
good.
Day after track got over, I tried it.
Not good.
It wasn't worth it.
Nope.
Lost that 60 cents and you're never going to get it back, right?
That's all right.
It was far more than 60 cents.
Oh, you went with the 2 liter then.
I just went with I bought it at Casey's. So it was a
Oh,
little-
there's-
that was my mistake.
You want to do rapid fire this time, or do you prefer dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Do you prefer Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Okay. Nice car or nice home interior?
Nice home interior.
Cake or pie?
Oh, what kind of pie?
Apple.
Cake. If you would have said
Really?
What
if
if
you
it's-
if you would have said Nicole Gerleman's banana cream pie, I would have said that.
Only
That's
hers?
the best. That's
Only
the best
hers?
pie. Yep, only hers. It's the best pie in the world.
Only that pie.
Yep.
What
You
about the
only-
pies from Perkins?
No thanks.
You don't like
No?
those?
Nope. They don't even hold a candle to her banana cream pie.
Okay. Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles. Easier to put peanut butter on those.
That is true.
I think they taste better too.
They do taste better. I'd agree with that. Are you a sneakers or sandals kind of guy?
I'm a sneaker guy.
Are you a hamburger or a hot dog kind of guy?
Burger.
Do you prefer a couch or a recliner?
Recliner.
If you're watching a
I would actually prefer the recliner on the couch, but
How would that?
You know the couches.
Oh,
the
yeah,
couches
yeah,
and
yeah.
them.
Recline.
Not putting
I-
a physical
I-
You
recliner
wouldn't
on a
put
couch.
a recliner on a
Yeah.
couch.
you got to give him a break.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? If you're watching a basketball game, what's your go-to drink?
Dr. Pepper.
All
Or
right.
water. If
Or-
I'm coaching, it's water. If I'm in the stands, it's Dr. Pepper, because that's probably the kind of pop they'll have that I would like.
But if it's game day, you move away from the off-brand to the name brand pop. I figured that out over the years.
What if you go somewhere and they sell Coke products?
Yeah.
Then what do you get?
Then I would get Mr. Pibb. It tastes the most like Dr. Pepper.
I like Mr. Pibb better.
Mr. Pibb's better.
If they don't have the Pibb, then I'd go Sprite. But that's last ditch.
We were debating like Burger King or McDonald's nuggets, because I think the Burger King nuggets are better, but they're more expensive. And
No.
Jay said
No.
The
No,
Burger King ones are
McDonald's-
cheaper.
The Burger King ones are cheaper. That's $1.49 for
wh-
10.
which
at
ones
Burger
are
King.
better?
Come
Okay,
on.
yeah, they're cheaper.
Seriously.
Which ones are
Know
better?
your facts, Cole.
Which ones do you think are better?
Well,
If
then
I
they're
were to get
even
chicken
better.
nuggets, I would go with the McDonald's.
Thank you.
Thank
there it
you.
is. Someone who knows what they're talking about.
I would not.
What kind of sauce do you get with yours?
Ranch.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
Barbecue.
You got to get something like the sweet and sour where you need the actual.
Barbecue sauce.
Well, some people like Zach Springer eat it with mustard,
Yeah.
or they eat it with honey.
Yeah, he just.
Okay, I would put those two together and go with the honey mustard. That's
yeah,
good.
That'd be pretty good.
Straight honey. Yeah,
Zach will just go to McDonald's and get straight honey from the counter.
Yeah, he just asks for honey, and then he'll just eat it straight out of there. But
I thought it was kind of weird. But
Whatever floats your boat.
I guess.
I guess he got it for free, so he's winning.
All right. Well, we got you here. What do you got planned for the summer?
Other than working on my yard,
Yeah, other than the yard work.
going to a lot of baseball, softball games, doing stuff with basketball. And other than that, hanging out with my family.
Will you be umping again this year?
You know what? I'm the only one that umpires in Jordan, so got to keep that tradition going. Good old freshman baseball. Hopefully I don't get hit by any balls this year.
All right, that will conclude this podcast with Mr. Gerleman. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you, guys.